Once upon a time, there was a merchant who traveled a lot in the country for trade. He was a successful and honest man. This merchant went on a journey, and while he was crossing the desert, he felt tired and hungry. He sat under a tree to rest. He took out a piece of bread and some dates and started eating. Then he threw the date pits away, not knowing that he had made a grave mistake. Suddenly, a huge, terrifying demon appeared in front of him, carrying a shining sword, and shouted at him, saying,
"You killed my son. Now I will kill you to avenge him."
The merchant was terrified and did not understand what the genie meant, so he asked him,
"How did you kill your son?" "I did nothing but eat the dates and throw away their seeds."
The genie said angrily,
"A date pit fell on my son's head and killed him. Now you must die."
The merchant tried to plead with him, but he was stubborn and determined to kill him. The merchant said,
"If I must die, let me say goodbye to my family, pay my debts, and I will return to you in exactly 1 year."
The goblin laughed sarcastically and said,
"You are a treacherous human being. How can I trust you?"
The merchant swore to him that he would return at the appointed time. The genie saw his sincerity, so he let him go but warned him not to try to deceive him. The merchant returned home and told his family the story. He waited until the time came, then returned to the place where he had met the genie. On the way, he met 2 people who heard his story and were moved by it. They decided to go with him to meet the goblin. When the genie appeared to collect his debt, one of the 2 men said,
"Oh, Goblin, if you let this merchant survive, I will tell you a strange story."
The goblin agreed to listen, and the man began to tell a strange story about his life. The goblin was impressed by the story and said,
"This is amazing. I'll save half the merchant's blood."
Then the second man said,
"I have an even more amazing story, so listen to it."
When he finished, the goblin laughed and said,
"You have heard me 2 strange stories, and now I will not kill the merchant. I will set him free."
The merchant was happy and thanked the 2 men. Then he returned to his family safely.